It was a little bit chilly this morning, wasn't it? In fact, it was about 1 or 2 degrees, and when I went outside, there was a little dust and a frost on the rooftops, which means seasons are changing. Right, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I have an aviary up my garden, which I built around about 3 years ago to house and breed budgies and finches, just like my dad did when I was a boy. Now, the size of the aviary is approximately 3 meters long by about 1 meter deep and 2 meters high. So the plan was always to have around about 3 to 4 breeding pairs of budgies and finches and no more. So just them and any fledglings they had until they were sold and moved on. Now that's worked really well, absolutely fine. Until lately, that is, probably the last 4 to 6 weeks, when the budgies breeding pattern has gone through the roof. And I mean, it's just gone absolutely nuts, which has also coincided with nobody wanting to buy budgies. And I mean absolutely no one. None of the pet shops that I sell to want any, and all the friends that I know that have birds and keep birds don't want any, or breeders that I know don't want any. And I've also missed the monthly local bird auction, which means I have a lot of budgies. And I mean a lot of budgies. I've also got budgies on the way. Come on, I'll show you. Let's go. Come on. Oh, cock it. Also, I forgot to mention, just quickly, so last night around about 6:30 in the evening, down the shed just doing my own thing, and I heard a little bit of kerfuffle going on up near the aviary. So I came out, and as I literally turned to come out the door, I looked up here, and very small glance indeed, but I thought I saw something like shoot across from the aviary to the table area. Now, it wasn't a rat, it wasn't anything that could crawl, and it wasn't a cat. It looked more like it was probably kind of this sort of height, which straight away I've got a thought in my head of what it could be. So I decided to walk up the garden, and I kind of got to about here-ish, and then that's when Kizzy came shooting out the back door and shot under the patio table here. So then I got to about kind of here, and so it wasn't long, it was probably about half a second from Kizzy getting from there to there, that what looked like a juvenile male sparrowhawk, male, came flying out from the table, like literally just here where my hand is, flew up over the swings and across the garden there. Now, obviously there was no harm done. The aviary was very quiet, there was a lot of panting birds, but again, no harm done. I probably do put it down to the heightened activity and the noise with the overcrowding in the aviary. So just something to keep an eye on. I have actually, I'll speak about it a bit later on, but there has been a lot more sparrowhawk activity around here than usual. But I'll speak to you about that later. Future Ben here. I didn't pick up on the issues with the sparrowhawk later on in the video, as I've discovered there are more concerns with local birds in my area, which I feel need to be addressed in a different video on its own. Look out for that video in the very near future. I'm going to go in there and show you exactly what I've got. A lot. Shame. It's unfortunate. So this, if you do follow the channel, this is Bo, which was named Bo purely because it's was bow-legged, because around about 6 weeks ago I had 10 fledglings come from 3 different boxes, 4 from a box, 4 from a box, 2 from another box. The 2 from the other box, the 2 siblings in that box, they were both born with splayed legs, which, because I predominantly work away, I didn't catch in time until they pretty much were ready to fledge. Now, I did spend a lot of time trying to band the legs together to make them better. Unfortunately, one of the siblings drowned in the water bowl over there, which is probably around about 45-50 mil deep of water, but with the legs being banded together, didn't really stand much chance if it actually fell in the water, so unfortunately it drowned. But Bo had been doing really well. I mean, obviously it kind of looked a little bit funny because its legs are a lot splayed out, but it could do things the other budgies couldn't do, hang around in certain places, and it managed to get itself around really, really well. I knew probably having a disability like that in the long run was not good for the bird, but it did seem to be getting along fine, and obviously being a unique bird, the bird was named Bo by my 2 little daughters and was doing fine. In fact, after the sparrowhawk incident last night, I checked on all the birds. Bo was actually over here on a perch, doing fine. Now, looking at it this morning and going back to the fact that I said it was so cold last night, now, obviously we all know birds like to keep themselves warm by tucking their head underneath their wing. Now, Bo maybe, because of the situation with the legs, probably couldn't do that. So therefore, I had noticed over the last couple of days when it's a little bit cooler, been trying to bury its head underneath the sawdust on the floor. Maybe it just got too cold, maybe it decided to bury itself under the sawdust on the floor and it got sat on by one of the rabbits. I don't know, but it is really unfortunate. So I'm going to have to let the girls know when they come home from school, which, you know, it's a shame, but unfortunately that does happen. So rest in peace, little Bo. I'll be wrapping you up, putting you in a box and find a hole. Well, not find a hole, make a hole and put you in a hole. So anyway, right, going back to why we're in here, which is because of that lot over there. So as you can see, there's quite a lot of birds in here. Now, at last count, I counted, I think there was about, if my counting is correct, minus little Bo now, unfortunately, I think about 27 budgies, which, again, doing my maths, is way more budgies than I wanted to have. So yeah, going back to there, I had the 10 fledgling finches fledged, so I had 2 in the box there, which was obviously Bo and the sibling which drowned in the water bowl over there. Then I had 4 in this box here, 4 in this box here. They all fledged, they're all in here. Like I said, cannot get rid of birds. So what I have now, unfortunately, so I had the 2 siblings in here, obviously Bo being one of them and the one that drowned in the water bowl, and I had 4 in here, 4 in here, which have all fledged, are all in here. Now I also did have at the time quite a few finches fledged, but I managed to sell on, I think it was 8 finches, so finch numbers not too bad. But it's the budgies that are the issue, because no sooner had all these budgies fledged, and I soon realised that putting the feelers out that nobody really wanted budgies. So I thought, well, that's okay, because they're not ready yet. They're not going to be ready for about 3 or 4 weeks when parents have stopped feeding them. Parents have long stopped feeding them, I still have them. That's the issue. My concern was, all of a sudden, that box, that box, that box, they all started laying eggs again. And over the course of the next couple of weeks, they started to hatch. So we had 4 hatch in here, which I believe, if I have a quick look at the top, there's only 3 in there. That's because one of them is already fledged and out. Yesterday. I think there's this one here, I believe. Yeah, it's that one there. And then, again, over the course of the next few days or so, I had 2 born in here. Stopped at 2. This one in here, though, didn't stop at 2. They decided to keep going and going and going, and in there it's 5, which I believe, yeah, it's definitely just 5. So that is another 11 birds on top of the 10 that fledged. So that's 21 birds minus the 1, so that's 20, plus the original ones that I should have, which is no more than 4 pairs, so 20, about 27 birds, which is quite a lot. Luckily, finches have not decided to carry on nesting, so there's no more finch eggs, no more finches. There is one fledgling that is ready to come out, but I'm not going to talk about it yet. I don't want to jinx it because I think it's special, like mutation, well, special to me, but I'll talk about that nearer the time. So I'm going to get back out now. I need to get Bo wrapped up in some paper, and then yeah, I'm going to get back out. I need to feed them as well, because they are, obviously, the numbers of them, there is a lot, and they are hungry all the time, which you'll notice in a minute when I feed them. So I need to get out, sort Bo out, and I'll probably take my jacket off now. It's warmed up quite a lot. Right, feeding time at the zoo. And I mean literally it is like feeding time at the zoo. They are, I wouldn't say they're eating me out of house and home, but because of the sheer numbers over there, the budgies, it used to cost about £20 a month for a big 15 kilo bag of food, plus obviously extras like I make an egg with eggshells and a mix of like kale and spinach and stuff. And they have millet sprays and they have treats like cucumber and, you know, usual stuff to give your birds. But seed wise, the bread and butter seed, about £20 a month, a little bit more because I have, you know, a few extra guests for the foreseeable. But I don't mind that, so probably a day doesn't go by that I have to, I can miss feeding them. I have to pretty much feed them every single day. So I'm going to give them some food now because I haven't fed them since yesterday. And well, it's not like difficult to tell when they're hungry because they just follow me up and down, up and down, up and down. So if I get some food now, which, who's hungry? I mean, it ain't gonna be long. I mean, I could just try and put it on my hand so I can feed them by hand, but to be honest, they're just going to go nuts. That's one bag finished. Oh, you're going to starve now, aren't you, birds? Because I ain't got no more. Oh, I have really. I wouldn't starve the birds. Let's open another bag, shall we? Not fed the rabbits either, but you know, rabbits are rabbits. Rabbits eat anything. And I mean anything. So do the birds. I've been having a lot of sweet corn. A lot of sweet corn treats. And peas, a lot of peas. And these guys in here are really, really noisy. I don't know if you can hear that. I'll put the microphone like there. Look. They're like really, really loud in there. But, well, they're hungry birds, aren't they? They all get like that when we're hungry. So, right, give the birds some food, baby. That's what you're in here for. Warmed up a hell of a lot though. Weren't long. I mean, like I said, 7 o'clock this morning, about 2 degrees and frost all over the roofs. Now, at what? 20 past 9? It's like t-shirt weather again. There we go, little. Look at that, see? I'm even not straight in there. Don't bother about me, look, starving hungry. There you go. Probably would be able to feed some by hand. Let's go, kids. Come on, I want some food. Most of it's just going all over the floor, to be honest. I mean, if you can see him over there, look, I'll get you off that perch. Come here. Look at this, right? So I've filled up that with food. And there they are, like literally all fighting to get to that one little pot. Come here. Come on. And over there, look. Look at that. Loads of food. Mental. It honestly is literally like they've never been fed before. Seriously. But they were fed yesterday and they were given cucumber treats and the girls gave them some offcuts of bread from their school sandwiches. So they get fed all the time. Plus, I think yesterday they had the last of the spinach. Growing kids, well, I'm getting out because doing my head in here. It does need a clean, definitely, but I'm getting out. I kid you not, I am not joking, honestly. These birds are fed pretty much every single day. I just think I need to up the amount of food I'm giving them at the minute because there's so many numbers, but I do feed them every day, which is kind of concerning because when I go back to work next week, I need to make sure that whoever is feeding them is keeping on top of it and feeding every day until the situation is sorted with the overcrowdedness with the birds, which at the minute I can't really control locally. But as you guys, you the viewers, if any of you know or yourselves need any budgies, then let me know. Drop a comment or just message me on Facebook or something if you're local to me, or even if you're not local, you just want to come down, have a look at the aviary, have a look at my shed, whatever, just come down and see me. I obviously breed the birds to make money, but I'm willing to give some birds away to the right owners just to bring the numbers down. So if you know of anyone, then like I said, let me know in the comments or just drop me a message privately on Facebook or Instagram or wherever. Just get hold of me and we'll go from there. There is, like I mentioned, one fledgling finch up in this box, which, well, judging by the colour of the parents, I don't think dad is dad. Or mum's been a bit naughty, I don't know. But I'm going to go into it in more detail because I can't see properly, so I don't really want to say anything. So I'm going to go and have a look because I need to clean and everything. And if it is what I think it is, which I've been trying to get one for about 3 years, I shall update you at the weekend. So thanks for watching this little update of all my overcrowded budginess. I need to go now because it is my youngest birthday tea party today. Rosie, she's been obviously part of my YouTube channel for many years now, since she was like swinging around in a nappy with a curly hair and a dummy, right to a sophisticated young 8-year-old lady. So yeah, I need to go and get some stuff for her tea party and then get back, sort that out, put some balloons up and banners and stuff, and then pick her up from school. So yeah, thanks for watching. I shall see you in the next one, which hopefully will be about that finch. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed it is. Bye.